started the ISKCON 50 year, y'all here in Texas, Houston, Dallas, Texas, we started ISKCON 50 on a wonderful note with the Christmas weekend and the following New Year's weekend in glorification of the Holy Name, with a wonderful extended festival or chanting of the Holy Name. I've just come from I'm surprised I'm not totally jet lagged up, because just a week ago I just came back from India, a long journey. And one of the messages that we received from the executive committee chairman, and then in turn from the chairman of the ISKCON 50 Global, was the request to ISKCON 50ize everything that we do, having special festivals. And so here we are in Houston, and I'd like to amplify what we just did with an appeal that as you started the ISKCON 50 year with wonderful kirtan, and shortly thereafter we're having this nice event for increasing quantity and quality of chanting japa. Consider in the coming year for yourselves individually, or however it seems to fit best, some kind of very special focus as an offering to our Acharya and to our participation with ISKCON, making a personal commitment, collective but at least personal commitment, to strengthen the quality of your chanting of the Holy Name. And just to finish this idea, something that I've been doing, 30-something years in a row, is once upon a time, Prabhupada encouraged that where there are urban centers that are sufficiently strong and well developed, they should, as far as possible, establish a rural little project where it sets the ideal of simple living by thinking. Well, long story short, the person who was given the assignment to find that property from New York purchased a farm in mid-Pennsylvania. So it was known initially as the New York farm, but it was so far away that even to bring milk from the farm just was unrealistic. Great farmland, but so I felt some responsibility to that project because it was like an orphan, ISKCON. The New York farm became abandoned child. So I've been conducting events over so many years on the Labor Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend when appropriate. So this year, we're having an ISKCON 50 event for Memorial Day weekend, which is the petals of ISKCON's lotus. One of those petals is the gift of the Holy Name, something that ISKCON has given. We could say Prabhupada gave, but ISKCON has given to the world, just as Vatsalya was saying with the Hare Krishna movement. We're known, we didn't call ourselves that, the media called us that because what do we do? Hare Krishna. Kirtan. So, as a contribution to the world, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, in addition to having your, in the temple room kirtan gatherings, I encourage you to make some ISKCON 50 commitment to public Harinam Sankirtan efforts, and following what we're doing today, individually or within your family, or whatever, so you're within your bhakti ritual groups, or whatever seems to work, some kind of increased commitment to the chanting of the holy name, at least qualitatively, as a celebration and an offering. It's a gift to the world. That as that Hare Krishna chanters become purified, just as Raksal was saying, others will benefit by you becoming purified by the chanting of the holy name. Others will benefit. So that's an encouragement, part one. And you can even take it as a challenge if you like. I challenge you all. Make that commitment. Some people don't like to be challenged, so I'll just encourage you. Make that commitment. Whichever is your favorite approach. Second is circling around again to this term, sankalpa. I was sharing with those of you with us this morning. The first 16 of my rounds were largely on this sankalpa notion and holding up my magnifying glass at the right angle so I could capture the benedictory rays of the holy name and focus it on my heart so that the power of the holy name could be just burning through all those coverings of stuff. Chaita Darpana Marjana is the first line of Shikshastakam. Literally it means the mirror of the heart becomes cleansed, or consciousness becomes cleansed. So if you go to a mirror that is not clean, and you go to see yourself in the mirror that's not clean, you won't see yourself. So you may want to take a cloth and wipe the mirror. But supposing the mirror has 3 miles of dust from long black, you have a lot of scrubbing to do. I'll tell a story. When I first joined the Hare Krishna movement, I was in the Boston Temple. I had gone to Boston to enroll or explore the possibility of enrolling in a graduate school in Boston. And when I went there, the temple was so sublime. I joined the Boston Temple. Well, that isn't where I started. It's a long story, but anyway. And the college that I went to get to the temple, it was from upstate New York, all the way on the western side of upstate New York, all the way to Boston. I drove the whole day to get to Boston, got there just in time when they were serving prasadam. They said, "Oh, we need somebody to wash the pots. Can you wash the pots?" So I washed the pots. We'll save you some prasadam. Just wash the pots. I was, that student to go wash the pots. You did such a nice job. We'd like you to wash the pots tomorrow morning, too. And that was my service for a month. Krishna wanted to teach me humility. Different ways that Krishna teaches us humility. Okay, I want to sing with you. So, where the pot sink was you had to go, to get to the temple room from the ashram, you had to go down the flight of stairs, walk past the pot sink to get to where the stairs was to the temple room. So throughout the day, the boys would come and pat me on the back and say, "You're doing a great job washing the pots." Prabhupada said, when you cleanse the pot, you're cleansing your heart. Being a smart aleck college student, I was thinking, although I didn't say it, well, that's the case, how come you're not here helping me? But I just kept it inside. And there's more to the story, but so yeah, I'll tell the rest of the story. It would have kept going on, and then, oh, you're doing a really good job. Then another Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said you should wash the pots in such a way that you can see yourself in the bottom of the pot. And we were poor then, we didn't have new pots, it was used pots. So the bottom of the pots were just black. Someone later said, no, it wasn't, it's where the food goes, that's not the pot where the heat goes. And I thought it was where the heat goes. So finally I just said, Krishna wants me to do this. I came here for Krishna service. Krishna's giving me this service to make me humble. So I'm going to I just, cleanse my heart, that's the program. And make the bottom of the pot so you can see your face at the bottom of the pot. It took a whole month, those were old pots. And every day the devotees would go out and Harinam Sankirtan. Oh, let's go on Harinam Sankirtan. Finally, the last pot, at the bottom of the pot, I could see my face at the bottom of the pot. They said, we got another pot washer, come with us on Harinam Sankirtan. And then I realized what Krishna wanted was my surrender in mood of humility and serving simply what Krishna wanted. To serve him in humility, whatever it was, washing pots or going on Harinam, standing on my head, whatever he wanted. It was a wonderful lesson to learn. Similarly, with Sankalpa, it's a matter of focusing Nija Sarva Shaktis, all these powers I mentioned this morning, and yet the day before, and I'm saying it again because it's important. Your intention when doing a devotional activity is very important. Not just doing the activity mechanically, but the intention behind the activity. A little sharing, some discussion with Vaisheshika Prabhu. Some of you know Vaisheshika Prabhu. He came here for the event that was ISKCON 50 kickoff in whatever it was, September, etc. So, some discussion with him. Doesn't care, it's a play on words. The root of all offenses, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, is inattentiveness. If you can cure that one thing, you can cure all the other things. So attentiveness. And then we try to be attentive, and well, guess what? It's difficult to control the mind and being attentive. So then the discussion was, where intention goes, that's where attention goes. Say it again. Where intention goes, that's where attention goes. We were speaking about it in terms of chanting, and speaking about it in terms of book distribution. Because one of his primary meditations is increasing book distribution. That's the intention. So then you set some goal for that intention, and that's where your attention goes. And that's easy for your attention to go to how we're going to increase book distribution according to this goal, because you have that very strong intention. That's sankalpa. Same with chanting. We could go on chanting for millions of lifetimes, according to Chaitanya Charitamrita, and not reach the goal. We can have a goal, but the intention has to be very strong. I really want to reach the goal. I need to know what the goal is, but you have to have a strong commitment or focus of intention to reach the goal. Commonly, when we have retreats that are in remote places, we have a little ceremony now, which we're not going to do now. So I invite you all at your own leisure to do this. Literally, take a notebook and write down a sankalpa going forward for the rest of ISKCON 50 in relation to specifically chanting of the holy name. I've already indicated at least one, public harinams, and another, qualitatively improving. But the more specific you are in terms of intention, whatever that your personal past the holy name, carefully, attentively, because your intention is there, to channel or focus the energy of the holy name into the chamber of the heart, so that the heart becomes maximum pure. And when the maximum cure takes place, you feel your connection with Krishna more. And that's inspiring. Then you want to go further and further and further. Keep very careful guard or attentiveness to your sankalpa. But you won't do that if you don't have a sankalpa. Find one that resonates or introspect until you make that connection. We're getting more guests coming in the back, so if you could all shift up a bit, that would be fantastic. We're almost done in any case, because I'm almost done. So that's two things that I wanted to share. Sankalpa is number 2. ISKCON 50, vision and commitment personally and collectively as a congregation or a sangha. And the third is we didn't speak so much about it during this particular job where the focus was on humility, the role of humility in improving the quality of chanting. But I can share this with you that at the International Leadership Sangha that took place in Mayapur, maybe some persons in the audience were there or heard about it. But it was a very powerful experience. Maybe 1,300 leaders from around the world attended 8 days worth of activities where it was like going to college. There were literally 16 different things to choose from throughout the entire day for 8 days of inspirational, leadership-oriented topics. And just to share with you, 3 of the speakers spoke on the same topic. And it was the importance of leaders so you're all leaders, by the way. The importance of leaders to carefully guard against offenses, against the holy name. Because in order to advance in Krishna consciousness, or help others advance in Krishna consciousness, one of the greatest obstacles, you can say, the greatest obstacle is offense. For you to advance in Krishna consciousness. But different ways of saying the same thing. I have one of those recordings, and I listened to it 10 times already. It's very profound. The realization of some of our GBC members who've been chanting for, I'm sure that's all has much more to share than just share just now on the importance of the realization of chanting and how to effectively chant, stay inspired in chanting. But offense, or aparad, has the power to block the power of the holy name. Like clouds, depending on how thick they are, they can block the heat of the sun or can even block the light of the sun. So, anarthas are like clouds in the heart. The language of Jiva Goswami is, when the holy name enters into the chamber of the heart, Rupa Goswami speaks of this as well, there's clouds in the heart. Those clouds in the heart are offenses, aparads, that block the power of the holy name in the heart. So we speak of the effectiveness of the chanting of the holy name, And exactly as what Salvatore was saying, in a very nice way, simply hearing from Srila Prabhupada that Krishna and his name are not different, that was good enough for him. Krishna's name are not different. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vacha and Vachaka. Krishna and the name of Krishna are not different. And the name of Krishna is even more merciful because when you make offenses against Krishna, the holy name can remove those offenses against Krishna. But what removes the offenses against the holy name? We're chanters of the holy name, and we're not perfect. We make offenses. And so it's blocking the power of the holy name by chanting the holy name. You can't stop chanting the holy name to take care of that problem. You have to overcome the offenses against the holy name. Now, circle back to item number 2, Sankalpa. And that is the power of the holy name, if chanted with proper intention, can free one from the offense. And that's by undivided attention. But behind that, how are you going to get that undivided attention if you don't have the proper intention? You with me? It's not a word game, it's spiritual progress. Or treadmill. Riding a stationary bike. You build some muscles, but you're not going to get anywhere. So very soon, I'll end this. Very soon, I'm wringing my hands, pleading with the organizers of the International Leadership Sangha to post on their ILS website the recordings of the presentation